All right. I'm here with Lowell Dean, writer and director of Die Alone. And I'm not alone because I also have Douglas Smith, the star of Die Alone. How you guys doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Hey,
I guess we'll start off with what got the project together, and specifically what got you two together on this project.
I spent about 10 years trying to get this movie made, and one of the final pieces was Douglas. Douglas came on and played Ethan, which is the lead in our film, a man with amnesia, just desperately looking to find his girlfriend in a dark and dangerous time. And yeah, that's the idea.
And Douglas, what kind of brought you on? Did you hear about the script going around, or did someone bring it to you? And kind of what was your thoughts when first writing it? Because this movie's pretty it goes places.
yeah, it does. Jonathan Cherry, who's in our movie and Lowell has worked with a number of times. I was working with Jonathan Cherry and he brought up this project to me. That's the first time I heard about it. Then I got contacted shortly thereafter by my agent with the script, but it was Cherry. He was just like, man, my buddy Lowell's script, you'd be perfect. He's just got a very like enthusiastic way about him. And so I looked at the pitch deck first. He like Cherry sent it to me. And God, what is Cherry's character's name in our movie?
Jonathan Cherry plays Tom. So Tom
Tom.
is the guy who shows up at their house around the middle of the movie, and he's trying to break in. And
Yeah, you've got Kale.
yeah, you've got Kale. So Cherry is I wrote the role for Cherry because I've worked with him for like years now. And my version of that story is we were having a hard time getting the movie made. We had Carrie Ann Moss on board, but we didn't have an Ethan. And we had, distributors had opinions and producers had opinions. And I had a certain kind of character I was looking for. And Jonathan Cherry called me one day and he's like, I'm making a movie. And the guy in this, I swear, he's exactly like what you're describing for Ethan. Like you got to look at this guy. And this, with if not that day, the next day, we got a list of actors that they wanted to approach, and Douglas Smith's name was on that list. And I was like, why do I know that name? That's the person Cherry literally told me about maybe a day before. And it felt like the universe was like pushing us aggressively towards Douglas. And then, Carrie Ann Moss, who plays May, she was a big component of this film. And, she's not just, the lead in it. She's also involved as, producing aspects too. And she had approvals over things. And when she saw Douglas's name on the list too, she was like, that's the guy. That's the guy. So it was like so many factors went into Douglas being Ethan that to me it felt almost inevitable.
Hmm. That's
What
it's cool to hear your side of it. I never heard totally your side of it like that.
Oh yeah, it was like again, I'm not like a big like this is fate person, but like a lot of dominoes kind of pointed in your direction. Hilariously, not unlike with Frank Grillo being Kai, because we got a list from the distributors of like five actors, literally just five who they would like to be Kai, and one of them happened to be someone that I was Zooming with, not the year before, and I could reach out to. So every now and then you're like, okay, I think this makes sense.
I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know who the other four names were, but if Grillo's on there, you made the right choice.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So you said you did have some problems early on getting this movie made. I'm assuming the script was kind of, yeah, I mean, you're the writer director. I'm assuming the script is what I saw on screen. And what's the pushback? Because I mean, it's definitely a lot different than movies of this type. But I think I would imagine someone read it go, hell yeah, let's do this.
It's I can't fault anybody for how long it took to make other than me. I think like the first few drafts of the script were a little different. It was probably more conventional. Ethan always had amnesia, but the way things play out, and I can't really talk about it because of
Yeah.
spoilers, but the whole back half of the movie was different. It was far more conventional, and it was more just like the main guy was kind of a problem for his girlfriend because was dealing with amnesia, and we were also dealing with an apocalypse. So it's like the worst person to be on a road trip with when you're in danger, like because it's not even like a child that you could say be afraid there's something around this corner. You're walking around with someone who literally every day doesn't know that if they go around a corner, they could die. So it was more of a conventional love story. And then as I shrunk the script and tightened it, I think it got far more interesting and far better. And but yeah, took a while to get there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Douglas, I always like to ask this of actors, just what's kind of when you look at a script or a project, and what's kind of the special sauce that makes you say, I want to do this versus not for me, or just not interested at all?
Gosh, I think that I think that like you read a script and you think, okay, you always want to like it, but it just keeps, you turn a page and so often it can let you down. And so the script did not let me down. It just kept getting better the more I read it. And then, thinking about the character and thinking about, I think the first read, I was like, there's a lot of like zombie killing. There was a little bit more on the page, and I was like, I hope I can, do that. I don't have too much experience with that, but like the human aspect, the sort of the relationship aspect, the connection with both May and with Emma, that was something that I felt like I really could personalize and get behind it and see that like character's path and how I would want to do it. I was a little unsure about how to do the action, like I didn't know how much was going to be me versus, like eating. Sorry, never mind. There's stuff that happens toward the end. I didn't know how Lowell was going to shoot it. I don't have a lot of experience doing that. I just wanted to make sure I could be like, look cool doing it.
Yeah.
I almost like gave away stuff I probably shouldn't, but the
I just
human part of
realized what
the
you were
story,
talking about. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just realized what you were talking about right there.
Yeah. Those were crazy days, like crazy days, just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wow, this is wild.
Well, this was a family show. Lowell, kind of on your kind of similar question, but when you're working on a project, you're going to be on that for a while. What gets in your head that's I'm committed to spending years on this versus maybe we'll put that in the drawer and that's for another day.
I think a theme and characters that I love and obsessed with, like they kind of all have to be my Indiana Jones, if that makes sense. It's got to be like there's got to be a character that when I see them, I never stop thinking about them. And when I was younger and just starting to direct, I didn't care as much. It was less precious. But then I made some films and realized, oh, everybody says you're done in 6 months or you're done in a year. It'll take minimum 2 years to get a film going if everything goes right. And then you live with it forever. And people say, you made that thing. So for me, I have to, it can't just be like yeah, I'll make that. It has to be like, hell yes, I'm making this film. And if it's not hell yes, then it's no, because it's so hard, like there's been a million steps along the way with even Die Alone since we finished shooting it, where there was difficult decisions every day and I wanted to quit, but I didn't because I loved it. So I think moving forward, I'm not going to do something unless I love it, unless I'm broke.
Oh, well, that's a good reason too.
Yeah.
And this one's for both of you. What's a movie that each of you can recommend that you really like and you wish that more people would see?
It's tough. My brain is fried right now.
Well, I mean, I'm in a whole like Paris, Texas, The Searchers thing. And I think it's a good watch with Die Alone. So John Ford's The Searchers and Wim Wenders' Paris, Texas.
That's actually not bad. That's pretty good.
But they're searching for a woman, and John Wayne is searching for the two women that get abducted by the Apache, and then in Paris, Texas, Harry Dean Stanton is just wandering through the wilderness searching for his wife who ran off and is a sex worker. And in our movie, Ethan is searching and like going through this abandoned town for his girlfriend, and it's for a different reason, but it's like the searching, like it's like it could be a good bill for at a movie, like I'm one of those like cool little movie houses that do like old movies and stuff, like a theme searching.
There you go.
That's good. I mean, I don't have a clever answer, so I'll just say the last movie I saw I liked, which is Rebel Ridge. I mean, it's I just watched that on Netflix, and I loved it. It was not what I thought it would be. So that's the best thing I could.
I gotta see that. I keep forgetting
It's
about it. I'm
fun.
gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
fun.
I
It's
was thinking
not
of
what I
miss
thought it would be.
I was thinking of missing Rebel Ridge, and I was like, nah. That's a
No, it's
good one.
good. It is good.
But yeah, Die Alone comes out October 18th in theaters. Lowell, Douglas, love the movie, love you guys, and thanks for joining me today.
Can I take a picture really quick of you and your background? Do you mind?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Oh,
And
what
I
did I
look
do?
all, and I look all
Great.
tough.
That's great.